morning, everyone. Today we are going to describe places. So, first of all, here we have some vocabulary that is going to help you on how to describe places. So, the first word is ancient. Ancient means a place that has a long history. For example, Rome is an ancient city which was established thousands of years ago. Second word, we have boring. Boring means dull and not very interesting. For example, Brasilia is a boring city to live in. Next, we have charming, which means nice and very pleasing. For example, London is a charming city. Next, we have crowded, which means very full of people. The example is China is a crowded country. Next, we have exciting, which means fun or with enjoyable things to do. For example, Los Angeles City has many exciting activities for kids and teens. Next, we have expensive, which means costing a lot of money. For example, Tokyo is a very expensive place to live in. Next, we have famous, which means very well known. For example, Paris is one of the most famous cities. Next, we have huge, which means very big. For example, Istanbul is a huge city. Next, we have polluted, which means very or contaminated. For example, Mexico City sky is very polluted. Finally, we have touristic, which means visited by lots of tourists. The example is New York is a touristic city. Now, here I have some postcards. So take one, please. Okay. So in the front of the postcard, you have an image of Acapulco. And in the back, it says something. Okay. So let's read it. It says, Acapulco is a famous beach in Mexico and a touristic destination. It is an ancient city where you can do many exciting activities. For example, going to the beach, which is very crowded due to tourists, but not polluted because people collect their garbage. You can also visit La Quebrada, a huge cliff where you can dive, then rest and eat in a charming restaurant where their food isn't expensive at all. As you can tell, Acapulco is not a boring city and is the perfect place to visit in your next vacation. So now, I need you to tell me an example of how you would describe Acapulco, this same place, but in your own words. So any volunteers? Okay, please.
Acapulco is a touristic and famous city with ancient monuments.
Excellent, yes. Acapulco is a touristic and famous city with ancient monuments. Okay, good. Another one?
Acapulco has charming places and is a crowded city.
Okay, excellent. So now let's continue with the class.
Okay guys, so now we're going to do an activity. I'm going to give you a handout describing Hawaii. In this handout there are many sentences describing places of Hawaii and activities. But in this handout the sentences are scrambled, so what you have to do is unscramble these sentences and put them in the right order, okay? So I'm going to read you the sentences as they are in this handout. You have to reorder them, okay? So the first sentence that we have is, some things that you can do are visiting the Oahu Island. It has a huge bright blue ocean where you can rest and have a Pacific day because it is now very crowded. Then we have, firstly, Hawaii is a charming Asian place with lots of story and traditions to know. Then we have, last but not least, Hawaii is a great option because despite it is a very touristic place, it is not polluted at all. So you can enjoy every landscape without worrying. Then we have, you will never have a boring moment during your visit to Hawaii. There are plenty of exciting and not so expensive activities to do. And last we have, if you are a little more adventurous, you can go to its famous national park, Haleakala. There you can do hiking near to the Haleakala volcano. So I'm going to give you this handout with scrambled sentence and this handout that is empty. So you put the sentence in the right order, okay? You have 50 minutes to do this activity. Okay guys, time's up. So do I have a volunteer so you can read how you reorder your sentences?
Me,
Yes,
teacher.
Javier, you can read.
Firstly, Hawaii is a charming nation place with lots of history and traditions to know.
Yes.
You will never have a boring moment during your visit to Hawaii. There are plenty of exciting and not so expensive activities to do. Some things that you can do are visiting the Oahu Island. It has a huge bright blue ocean where
Yes,
you
very
can
good.
rest and have a Pacific day because it is not very crowded. Last but not least, Hawaii is a great option because despite it is a very touristic place, it is not polluted at all, so you can enjoy every landscape without worrying.
Okay, Javier, you were very good, but you have one mistake. Do I have another volunteer so you can tell me where the mistake is?
Me, teacher, one sentence, one missing. First is, if you are a little more adventurous, you can go to its famous national park, Haleakala. There you can do hiking near to the Haleakala volcano. And the last sentence is, last but not least, Hawaii is a great option because despite it is a very touristic place, it is not polluted at all, so you can enjoy every landscape without worrying.
Very good, Fernanda. Well, guys, that's it for this activity.
Okay, class, okay. Pay attention, please. Pay attention, okay? Thank you so much. Now, for our activity, I have 4 strips here. Please divide into a groups of 4 people. Okay, so now one member of each group is going to show to the group some images from a specific place to New York, okay? One by one. With these strips, you are going to tell us a little story and your partner has to predict what the famous place is. Don't forget to show only one of the pictures, okay? Only one. What your partner is telling the story. One member of each group is going to show to the group some images from a specific place to New York, okay? One by one. With the strips, you're going to tell us a little story and your partner has to predict what the famous place is. Don't forget to show only one of the pictures while your partner is telling the story. Only one, okay? All of you have to participate in this activity. After the entire series of pictures has been shown, you are going to have a new strip and you must change roles, okay? Perfect. So, Silvia, could you tell us what we're going to do today? We're going to have some trips to work with a partner, describing a place with a little story and guessing which place from New York is it. Okay, excellent. It's your turn. Once upon a time, there exists a girl that had a big dream to travel to New York. During her vacation, she arrived at a huge building at the center of the city. What building do you think they will go on vacation?
The Empire State?
Yes, the Empire State. Then, as she wanted to know the most emblematic places in the city, she visited the famous monument in New York. What do you think she wants to know?
Maybe the World Trade Center?
No, the Statue of Liberty. So, during her trip, knew a lot of people because the Statue of Liberty is located in a crowded place. Also, As New York is a charming city, she went to know the huge famous park in the city. What park do you think it is?
Central Park.
Yes, it is. Finally, she was really excited to go to a tourist and ancient place, and it's an exciting place to spend time, a good time, and learn about many things. Can you imagine which place is it?
The Met.
Yes, the Met. Although her vacation was so expensive, she already knew it because New York is a tourist city during holidays.
Just the other day, I was walking around the city with my friends and we want to spend time together visiting some famous places in the city.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, class.
You are doing great. Now we are going to play a game, okay? I need you to form teams of 3 people. Ready? Okay, listen. I will give each team 7 cards, each with one wonder of the world on it. One member will put a card on their forehead like this, and the other 2 will give them clues to guess which place it is. Okay? Now, any questions so far?
Yes, each member of the team will do it.
That's right. Until there are no more cards left and everyone has guessed their place. Okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's get started.
It is located in Jordan. Is a rock structure and is known as the capital of the Arabs.
Petra?
Yes. It's a large monument. It's located in India and it's built of marble.
Taj Mahal?
Yes. It is very long, is in the mountains, and it is located in China.
The Great Wall of China.
Yes. It is a stone area. It looks like stairs, and it is on a mountain in Peru.
Machu Picchu?
Yes, it is Machu Picchu. It was an entertainment place. It is very famous. It has a large capacity for people and it is located in Italy.
Colosseum.
Yes. It is the second largest statue in the world. It is a man. It is made of stone and it is located in Brazil.
Christ the Redeemer.
Excellent. Yes. It is a triangular in shape, has stairs, and was a temple. It is located in Mexico, specifically in Yucatan.
Chichen Itza.
Yes. Yes, it's Christ the Redeemer. The Great Wall of China. The Colosseum.
Okay, perfect. Great job, guys.
Okay guys, now let's do another activity. Let's do a role play, and for this activity I need teams of 3. Now, 2 of you will become friends that have just arrived to China and you have to describe each other the place where you want to go. The third person will be a tour guide that will help the 2 friends to choose what is the best option to visit. Now, the 2 friends will receive a card where you will find a photo of the Forbidden City and the Great Wall of China. And on the other side, you will find information about each place that will help you to describe your place to your friend. Okay? Once you have finished describing your place to each other, you have to go to the tour guide and you have to ask him or her what is the best option. And he or she have to choose the best option. Is it clear? Okay, let's see. Anna, could you explain please the activity?
Yes, teacher. We have to form teams of 3, and 2 of us will be friends that have arrived to China, and we have to describe each other the place that is on the card with the information that is on the other side. And when we finish, we have to go to the tour guide and we have to ask him or her what is the best option, and he or she have to choose what is the best option to visit.
Perfect. So let's do it.
What an amazing city, right? I think that the best option to visit is the Great Wall of China. You know, because it's an ancient place and we can learn about culture. It's also very famous, so we can take photos. And the cost is not expensive because it costs around $30 per person. It includes mini bus transportation with an English speaking guide. So, what do you think?
Oh, come on. No! In my opinion, the best place to visit is the Forbidden City in China. I think it's interesting because, you know, it's an ancient Chinese palace. I also think that it's a charming place because the architecture is amazing and it's huge. And the price is even cheaper. It's not expensive because it costs around $6 or $9 per person. But let's ask to the tour guide what is the best option, and she will decide.
Teacher, what kind of language should I use to express my opinion to them?
Well, you don't know them, so you can use a formal language to describe the place that you recommend to them. For example, you can use hello, how can I help you, good afternoon, I will recommend you, things like that.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, how can I help you?
Hello, good morning. Could you help us, please? We want to know which is the best place to visit here in China, if it is the Great Wall of China or the Forbidden City.
Oh, okay. If I can recommend you a place to visit, I will recommend you to go to the Forbidden City. It is not expensive, it's cheaper than the Great Wall, and it's so exciting to go there because it's an ancient museum where you can find artistic and cultural treasures of Chinese history. Can be a little bit touristy, but it's worth it.
Okay, you did amazing. Now I want to leave everything and just go to visit China. Now let's see what we have to do for homework, right?
Okay guys, that was a very good class. I'm going to give you some homework so we can finish this class, okay? What you have to do is that you have to write a postcard describing a place that you have visited. There you have to describe the place, write why you recommend visiting that place and your experience during your visit, okay? Remember, you must use the vocabulary we learned in this session. That's all guys, thank you so much.